Hey guys, what's up? This is the boy who had 7. Today is new release Wednesdays, and we are going to be going over Infinity Countdown number 1, Adam Stinkin' Warlock. Yes, you guys know I love this character, and this book, super important because Disney is now giving us a hint or a direction in which they're going to be taking the MCU and what we're going to see in Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. So this is really important. You guys know, if you've been following my other videos, that the Avengers movie is going to be based on the Infinity Gauntlet storyline from the 90s. It's going to be based on the Infinity storyline from 2013. And now we get this book today that's telling us where they're really taking the story, where all the things that we can't figure out are going to be happening. And so I'm going to be watching this storyline really closely. So what Marvel's doing here is they are now reintroducing Adam Warlock to a new generation of comic book readers. And so we see him return in Guardians of the Galaxy number 150. At the end of this book, we see Adam Warlock inside the Soul World. Now the Soul World is a pocket dimension within one of the Infinity Gems, the Soul Gem. It's literally a dimension inside that gem where Adam and some other people reside, and you can see them here in the pictures. And Adam is waking up saying, where am I? Am I a prisoner here, or do I want to be here? He realizes he's no longer in possession of the Soul Gem, and he decides, I'm leaving. And at the last couple pages of this comic book, we see him break through this pod. And check this out. In Fantastic Four number 67, this is where we first see that pod. That is also the pod that you see at the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie that he's in. So super cool. So he decides to leave the Soul World, and then we see him next breaking out of that pod, and he finds himself in our dimension right here, standing in front of Kang the Conquerer. So who is Kang the Conqueror? Well, his name's Nathaniel Richards. He is a scholar from the 30th century. That's way in the future. But in the future, he finds Dr. Victor Von Doom, or Dr. Doom's time travel technology. He uses that and heads back to ancient Egypt, where he becomes a Pharaoh Rama-Tut of the time. And that's the first time we really get to see him as Pharaoh Rama-Tut, and that is in Fantastic Four number 19. Quick side note, just so you guys know, he actually travels back to Egypt to find En-Sabah-Nur, and that is Apocalypse. How cool is that, the way that comic books intertwine and we see all this stuff going on? I just absolutely love it. So Kang the Conqueror's thing pretty much is that he can manipulate time. And there are literally multiple versions of him throughout the timeline. So right here, we see Adam Warlock wake up, come out of his pod in front of Kang the Conqueror. And we find out that they're in the distant future, that somebody is looking for the Infinity Gems and has gathered them, and Kang has a job for Adam Warlock to do. He pretty much tells him, you've got to go back in the past, you've got to find me, myself, in the past, you've got to talk to me and make sure you get to where you're supposed to be so you can stop this person, whoever it is, and bam, 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 it's probably Thanos, but maybe not, who knows. But you've got to stop this person from doing what he's going to do. And so this is the way they introduce Adam Warlock to this new generation. You get to learn a little bit about his history. There are literally 3 or 4 pages worth of just the history of Adam Warlock's comic book. So let's look into it first. So you see him here. This is the first time that you ever get to see Adam Warlock. It's when he was created by a group of scientists known as the Enclave. They wanted to make the perfect, superior human being so they could take over the world. Well, he ends up turning on them. He ends up trying to marry Sif. He ends up fighting Thor, and we see all of this here. And every time he gets in a battle, and every time he fights, and he's going to get hurt, he reverts back into his pod so he can heal. And that's pretty much what we see of Adam Warlock. He fights, he gets into his pod. He comes out, he fights, he gets into his pod. So here's the next page that we get to see. We get to see him going into that pod against Thor. We get to see him traveling through space. And so he gets to meet the High Evolutionary, and that's when he gets the Soul Gem, and that's when he becomes known as Warlock. Check out my other videos. I've talked about that before. I'll leave a link in the description. And so the next thing that we see is his history with Thanos and his history with Magus. Now, Adam Warlock kind of splits into 2. and he becomes like the good guy and the bad guy. And the good guy is him. He's the orange dude, Adam Warlock, and the bad guy is this purple guy that you see here, and his name's Magus. And they have to battle out and have all kinds of fights. And Magus even gets his hand on the Infinity Gauntlet at some point. So the next thing that we see is they're fighting Thanos, and first Thanos comes and they team up. Then Thanos betrays him because he's trying to get the Infinity Gems, and he does the first time. Adam Warlock's able to beat him. I've also talked about this in my other videos, and he turns him into stone. So we get to see, the new readers get to see all about Adam Warlock. They get to see how he went into Soul World and how he was peaceful, and he lived there with people like Drax and Gamora. And the whole time, Kang is taking him through his own memory. And you can see Kang up there, and he's just leading him through these memories. And then he shows him that, you know what? Thanos has already had the Infinity Gauntlet. Like the whole story that the MCU is about, spoiler alert, I should tell you guys this for my other videos. Eventually in the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos gets the gauntlet and he pretty much eats everyone up. And then Adam Warlock, as you see here in this picture, he gets it. And so it's just really cool. You're seeing his whole history. The next thing that you know, and this is the part that is interesting to this story, the Kang the Conqueror takes him and shows him this picture. Look at all these people that are dead. This is what Adam Warlock is beholding. He's got Victor Von Doom, Captain America, She-Hulk, Iron Man, Moondragon. You see the Guardians of the Galaxy. You see Cable and Deadpool. You see the Silver Surfer. I mean, you see Daredevil. All these people are beat up and destroyed. And Kang is pretty much saying, this is the future. We are in the future right now. And this is what I want to stop. And so now I'm going to send you all the way back to Egypt. You got to find me, and you've got to figure out how to find the soul gem and stop whoever is collecting them from getting the soul gem. And so Kang pushes him through a portal. He goes back to Egypt. He finds Kang as Rama-Tut. Kang starts talking to him and telling him, look, at some point in the future, you have to go to this star, and you have to save the day by finding the soul gem. But Magus, your alternate being, the guy that came from you that hates you so much, Magus has the soul gem, and you're going to have to go find him. And so Adam Warlock's like, how am I going to do that? And you see here, Kang stabs him in the back, throws him into a tomb, and says, you're going to sleep here until you have enough energy, and you're going to wake up in the right time, and then you're going to travel, and you're going to find Magus, you're going to fight him, beat him, and you're going to stop whoever is collecting the gems from getting his hands on the soul gem. And guys, that is pretty much the end of this comic book. We do see Kang the Conqueror in the future. Whoever has the Infinity Gauntlet shows up, and they just kill him and destroy him and wipe him from off the face of the earth. And now Adam Warlock is put in the sarcophagus. It looks just like his pod. He's going to sit there resting until the future at some point when he needs to wake up and go and save the day. Guys, how cool was this comic book? We got to see that somebody is collecting the gems, that they got all of them, that they killed Kang and were trying to stop his plan. But Kang got Adam Warlock involved. He sent him back to the future. Back to the past, excuse me, to go and stop whoever it is that's collecting these from getting their hand on the soul gem. And so now we see where Marvel is taking this. I can't wait for the next one. Guys, thank you for watching the video today. Please comment down below. Let me know what you think. Also, like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate your time, and I'll talk to you next time.